So in my last video I explained these 3 leaved rows, 4 leaved rows, so on. The graph is here. The curve is drawn in the last period. This I explained shape of this curve. What is that? R is a sin 3 theta. Here 3 is odd. If the curve is R is a cos n theta or a sin n theta, then depending on n we have number of loops. Suppose n is odd, we will get n number of loops. Suppose n is even for both these two curves, n is even, we will get 2n number of loops. In this case sin n 3 theta, 3 is odd, so we have 3 loops here, 3 loops. Now the problem is we have to calculate the area of this one loop and area of the complete 3 loops represented by this curve. First part is find the area of one loop, then find the area of the complete curve. For the one loop, theta varies from 0 to pi by 3 here. Theta varies from 0 to pi by 3. And equation of the curve is given in polar form. In the polar form, what is the formula? Alpha to beta half r square d theta. Remember this. This is the area formula. These alpha and beta are the lines bounding the vectorial angle alpha and beta with initial line. Now therefore, area of one loop is equal to 0 to pi by 3 half r square d theta. What was the question? Find the area of one loop of this curve and complete area of the curve, and also complete area of this curve. For one loop, theta varies from 0 to pi by 3 half r square d theta. Therefore, half 0 to pi by 3 r square. What is r square? A square sin square 3 theta d theta. Find out this. For one loop, theta varies from 0 to pi by 3. And we find out how do we evaluate this one, integral 0 to pi by 3 sin square theta. How do you find the integration? To find the integration, always powers is expressed in terms of multiples. 0 to pi by 3 sin square is 1 minus cos 6 theta upon 2 with respect to theta. Therefore, 1 by 4 a square 0 to pi by 3 1 minus cos 6 theta d theta. So it is 1 upon 4 a square theta minus sin 6 theta by 6 0 to pi by 3. Correct? Therefore 1 by 4 a square pi by 3 minus sin 6 into pi by 3 is 2 pi. 2 pi upon 6 minus, you know how to take the limit here. Integration is powers is expressed in terms of multiples, and sin ax is cos ax is sin ax upon integration minus 0 minus sin 0 by 6. But this sin 2 pi is 0, sin 0 is also 0. So we have only pi by 12 a square. Pi by 12 a square. This is area of one loop of the curve. I tell you, students, it is important from examination point of view, because in the MCQ type exam also this question may be asked. What is the area of one loop of the curve? R is equal to a sin 3 theta. Area of one loop of the curve, R is a sin 3 theta. It is pi by 12 a square. Important thing is, for one loop theta varies from 0 to pi by 3. If you remember, this is sufficient. For one loop, theta varies from 0 to pi by 3. And since n is odd here, 3 loops are there, and area of the complete curve is, complete area is 3 into pi by 12 a square. So it is this pi by 4 a square. This is the area of the complete curve. I explained shape of the curve first, then how to find the area. Area is simple here because integration is not difficult. Only thing is, what are the limits of integration? For one loop, what is the variation of theta here? 0 to pi by 3. How do you get this one? By substituting this r is 0. I consider one more curve here. What is that? Take this. Find the area of one loop of the curve. R is equal to a cos 2 theta. A cos 2 theta. And also area of the entire curve. Entire curve. It is a closed curve and you have to find out complete area of the curve also. See, the problem is the curve, the shape of the curve plays important role here because if you know the curve, then only you can get the idea about the limits of integration. First thing is, since n is even here, it consists of 2n number of loops. Since n is equal to 2 is even, the curve has 4, that is 2n. 2n is equal to 4 equal loops. And also it is symmetric about, entire curve is symmetric about, it consists of 4 loops and symmetry, it is symmetric about the initial line. Why it is symmetric about the initial line? Because if theta is changed to minus theta, remains same, equation remains same. Because theta to minus theta, it remains same. It is symmetric about theta is equal to pi by 2 also. Because if you change theta to pi minus theta, equation is unaltered. So it is symmetric about initial line, symmetric about pi by 2. Symmetric about pi by 2. Now if you know one loop of the curve, then we can easily find out the one loop, area of one loop and entire curve, area bounded by entire curve. Okay. What is the shape of the curve? It consists of 4 equal loops and putting r is equal to 0, we get a cos 2 theta is 0. Therefore, cos 2 theta is 0. 2 theta is n pi by 2. Because cos of where n is n pi by 2 means, say, when n is even, then what happens? N is 2, it becomes pi. Cos pi is not 0, minus 1. Therefore, can I write n plus 1 pi by 2? Or is it 2n plus 1 pi by 2? 2n plus 1 is odd always. 2n plus 1 pi by 2. Therefore, theta is 2n plus 1 pi by 4. See, this gives the tangents here. Tangents at the origin. By taking r is 0, if you get some real value of theta, that represent tangent at the pole. 2n plus 1 pi by 2 here. So, theta is 2n plus 1 pi by 4. Take n is 0, you get pi by 4. N is 1, what do you get? 3 pi by 4. Because n is 1, 3 pi by 4. N is 2, 5 pi by 4. Pi by 4, 3 pi by 4, 5 pi by 4. Correct? 5 pi by 4. Because n is 2, you will get 2 into 2, 4 plus 1, 5 pi by 4. These are the tangents. Therefore, the curve passed through the pole. Why the curve passed through the pole? Because this putting r is 0, we get theta is it 0? Theta is 0, r is 0, or theta 0 gives theta 0, or why the curve pass through origin? Because when theta is pi by 4, r becomes 0. R becomes 0. Therefore, the curve pass through the pole here. Now, first I write these lines here. Pi by 4. First I draw these lines. 3 theta is pi by 4, and 3 pi by 4. Theta is 3 pi by 4. This is pi plus pi by 4. It is 3 pi by 4, 5 pi by 4. They are the tangent lines. Of course, if you take positive direction like this, then it becomes 5 pi by 4, pi plus pi by 4, and 3 pi by 4 it is. Correct? These are the tangents at the pole. Now, I plot some points here. So far we have these two information about the curve. It is symmetric about the initial line, symmetric about pi by 2 also. Pi by 2, symmetric about initial line, and these are the tangents. Curve doesn't process the tangents. That is the important thing here. Curve doesn't process the tangent. Now, I plot some points here. Theta r. Theta is 0. R is in. And theta is 0. After that I take pi by 6. Theta is pi by 6. What is r? R is here. A cos pi by 3. A cos pi by 3. Cos pi by 3 is half. Therefore a by 2. Pi by 4, you will get 0. So, when theta increases from 0 to pi by 4, r decreases from a to 0. So, I take this as a now. This is the point A0. A0, because initial line it is, therefore theta is 0, r is a. This is the point. Now, when theta increases means increases in this direction, theta. Theta is positive in this direction. Theta increases, it increases. When theta is pi by 6, it becomes a by 2. Finally, when theta is 0, it becomes pi by 4. This is the curve in 0 to pi by 4. It is symmetric about initial line. Therefore, it is like this. Now, it is symmetric about the line pi by 2 also. Theta is equal to pi by 2. Therefore, we have this branch of the curve like this. It is a curve. Now, when theta is greater than pi by 4, it becomes greater than pi by 2. And this r will be negative. So I take here greater than pi by 4. One more, I explain how to get one more branch of the curve here. This I think followed. What is this? I take this as theta is minus pi by 4. 5 pi by 4 is same as minus pi by 4. Theta is pi by 4. One branch of the curve we get in between minus pi by 4 and pi by 4. Theta from minus pi by 4 to pi by 4 we will get one branch. Symmetric about what is that? Pi by 2. Therefore we have this branch. 2 loops are over. We have 2 more loops here. They are equal, but 4 loops are there. How to get one more loop here? For that I vary theta from pi by 4, then pi by 3, pi by 4, pi by 3, pi by 2. I take this value. When theta is pi by 4, it is 0. This value. Theta is pi by 4, 0. This is the value. When theta is pi by 3, theta pi by 3, 2 pi by 3. 2 pi by 3 means negative. What is cos 2 pi by 3? Cos of 2 pi by 3 is cos of pi minus pi by 3. It is minus cos pi by 3 minus half. Therefore minus 1 by 2 a, and pi by 2 it becomes cos pi minus 1 minus a. Now how do you plot these points? That is important. Pi by 4 0 is this point. Pi by 3 minus 1 by 2a. I consider the line pi by 3. What do you mean by pi by 3? This is the line which makes angle pi by 3 with the initial line. This is the line. This is the positive direction of the line. Theta is pi by 3. Theta is equal to pi by 3. But when pi by 3 r becomes negative. Negative means on other side you have to take. You have to extend on the back side of this line. And r is minus a by 2 means r lies here. This is r. So this point is minus a by 2 and pi by 3. All of you know how to represent the points in the polar form. That you have studied. Already studied. How to represent the point. When r is negative here. When r is measured along the line opposite to that of the line bounding the vectorial angle, then it is negative. Correct? What is the angle bounding the line bounding the vectorial angle pi by 3? This is the line. And we have made, if you measure r in the opposite direction of this is the opposite direction. Here r will be negative. So minus a by 2 and pi by 3 lies here. And pi by 2 it is minus a. Pi by 2 means this is pi by 2. Minus a means opposite side we have to take. Understand, very important. This is theta is pi by 2 perpendicular to initial line or positive y-axis pi by 2. And when pi by 2 it is minus a means you have to take a in the opposite side of this. So this is, what is this point? Minus a pi by 2. Therefore it is like this. This is one bracket. Because of symmetry, it is symmetric about initial line, we will have this. So it is a 4-leaved rose. This much explanation is sufficient, I think. It is 4-leaved rose. R is a cos 2 theta, 4-leaved rose. Now how do you find the area now? What is the problem now? Find the area of one loop. For one loop of this curve, theta varies from minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. All of you agree with this? This is minus pi by 4, this is pi by 4. Theta varies from minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. Therefore, area of one loop is minus pi by 4 to pi by 4 half r square d theta. This is the formula. Half r square d theta. So 1 by 2 minus pi by 4 to pi by 4 r square. What is r? A cos 2 theta. A square cos square 2 theta d theta. So 1 by 2 a square minus pi by 4 to pi by 4 cos square 2 theta with respect to theta. Square is there, therefore we can write 1 by 2 a square into 2 into 0 to pi by 4 cos square 2 theta d theta. So it is a square 0 to pi by 4. How do you integrate cos square? Always powers you have to express in terms of multiples. Sin and cos, powers you have to express in terms of multiples. Cos square is 1 plus cos 2 theta. 1 plus cos 2a, 4 theta upon 2 d theta. Now, a square upon 2 it is. A square upon 2 What is the integration of 1 d theta is theta, cos 2 theta is sin 2 theta upon, is it 2 theta or 4 theta? 4 theta. Sin 4 theta upon 4, 0, 2 pi by 4. This is area of one loop. You got it now? First you have to understand what is the shape of the curve. Then that gives idea about the limits of integration, and also to find the complete area you should know how many different branches are there, how many equal number of loops are there in case of this type of curves. It is therefore a square by 2 pi by 4 sin pi 4 into pi upon 4 minus 0 sin 0 upon 4. But sin pi is 0, sin 0 is also 0. So pi into a square upon 8. This is one loop of the curve. Pi into a square, let me verify the answer here. Pi into a square upon 8. Yes, this is area of one loop. Therefore, area of the complete curve, area under the complete curve is 4 into pi a square by 8. 4 number of loops are there. So pi a square upon 2. Pi a square upon 2 is the area. For the previous one, a sin 3 theta, what do you get? Pi a square upon 4. This is about the area of the n leaved rows. 3 leaved rows, 4 leaved rows, 2 leaved rows. We have taken. Next is surface and volume of revolution. To derive the formula for surface and volume of revolution. Surface and volume of the solid of revolution. Solid of revolution. This is the last topic for you. Application, we use definite integrals here to find this. As in the case of the first two applications, we derive the formula first. First I explain what is surface of revolution, volume of revolution. Volume of revolution means when a plane area bounded by the curve is revolved about some line, then we will get a solid. And that volume of that solid is called volume of revolution. And the curved surface gives the surface for that solid. And that is the area of that surface is called surface of revolution. I explain by taking example here. Now suppose this is, consider this, it is a line. Imagine it is a plane, it lies in the plane. Suppose this line rotates about any of these points, end points, let us say. Suppose it rotates about this point, then what you get? You will get this. Correct? If this line rotates about this point, then you will get this one. Correct? What is this? It is a circle. It is a circle. See, we have not rotated any area. We have, because this straight line doesn't consists of any area. So we have not obtained any solid here. We have obtained again a plane curve, that is circle. But if you take rectangle here, suppose this rectangle is revolved about one of these sides. Suppose this side it is revolved. Then what do you get? Suppose it is revolved about this side. What do you expect? Then you will get, suppose it is revolved like this. This line gives one circle. This line gives one circle. And this complete area becomes volume of that solid. And the solid will be like this. This is the solid. What is this? It is a cylinder. Therefore, when the area bounded by the rectangle is revolved about one of the sides, we will get a cylinder. And the problem is here, we have to find out what is the volume of that cylinder generated by revolving this area of the rectangle. Area of the rectangle. That we derive. Suppose it is revolved about this line. Suppose it is revolved about this smaller side. Then what type of cylinder you will get? You will get this type of cylinder. What is that? This type of cylinder. Correct? Because this line gives curved surface now. This line gives curved surface. And you will get this type of cylinder. One more example. Consider a right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. If this right angle triangle is revolved about one of the sides, making right angle. Two sides, this involves right angle, this involves right angle. Suppose this right angle triangle is revolved about one of the sides, making that right angle. Then what do you expect? You have to imagine. Here, say I explained here. When a rectangle is area bounded by the rectangle is revolved, then we will get a cylinder. This is cylinder, this is cylinder. Here, what do you get? Yes, exactly. You will get right circular cone. You will get right circular cone, because if we revolve this area bounded by the rectangle, that is right angle triangle, about this line, then what do you get? This line, if we revolve, this gives curved surface like this. This is the, what is this? Right circular cone. Right circular cone. It is obtained by revolving this area bounded by the right angle triangle about this side. Suppose we revolve about this side. That means we revolve like this. What do you get? We get this type of cylinder. If we revolve this same area bounded by the right angle triangle about this side, we get this type of right circular cone. Therefore, conclusion is, when area bounded by the plane curve is revolved about any line, area bounded by the plane curve is revolved about any line, then we will get a solid. We will get a solid. And volume of that solid is called volume of revolution. Surface of the solid obtained is called surface of revolution. Now we find formula for the surface of revolution and volume of revolution. First, formula for volume of revolution. Volume of the solid of revolution. Suppose here, consider this. First we consider Cartesian form. Suppose this is the curve, y is equal to fx. Suppose this curve is revolved about the line x equal to a, x equal to b, about x axis. About x axis. Suppose this area is revolved, bounded by the curve, two ordinates and x axis, about the x axis. Then we will get a solid, and volume of that solid is given by, I denote this by V. It is A to B pi into y square dx. This is the formula. I derive this in the next coming videos. I derive this. Understand what is the volume of revolution. Formula is the volume obtained by revolving, the volume of the solid obtained by revolving the area bounded by the curve y is equal to fx, two ordinates x equal to a, x equal to b, and the x axis, about x axis is pi into y square dx. I derive this and consider problems in the next coming videos. Thank you.